were not correct. But the age of this beach was 500,000 years. Geologically speaking, that's pretty short. Excuse me. From the human perspective, that's a very long time. And so as a result, something's happened. Something's happened to this original beach sand. Now, if I take the shovel and sample from near the bottom of the sequence, then I get something that will probably pass. And if we looked at it more closely, it would probably pass better as beach sand. But why did I have to go all the way down near the bottom of the sequence to find it? What has happened to this original sequence of beach sand?
Deposition?
It's because of what the environment now is different.
Well, certainly the environment now is different because we do not have waves. Being very flat here, we do not have any streams. There's no way to transport any of this sediment. Or maybe to say, there's no way to wash it. There's no way to wash it clean of all of this. And as a result then, we have this accumulation of organic matter, atmospheric gases and water, which generate acids which then percolate through or infiltrate this original sediment. And just as you leave a tool out in the rainstorm, when you come back, what has happened to it?
Rust.
There is rust on it. That's a chemical transformation. There are other ones. Some minerals will actually rust. And some minerals will change to clay. Some minerals will dissolve. And so, when we look at this sequence, we have 4 zones, intervals, horizons, but not layers. I know that you've been looking at layers since day one, but this is not. That one old guy used to say, this is neither the time nor the place. Tool time, you guys remember tool time? This is neither the time nor the place for layers. So don't refer to these as layers. Now usually what a student will do in the report is they'll say the first horizon, the second interval, the third level, and then the 4th layer. They just can't get away from it. These are not layers. And the reason for that is they are moving. These boundaries are moving with the downward flow of the acids. So just as you guys, when you spill bleach on your denims, what happens?
Turns white.
They turn white. In the same fashion, this interval here is much lighter in color than this interval here. This is what we call the organic level, or organic horizon, or the O zone, but it's not O3. Okay? So the organic sequence, organic level, and then below it, just like your acid washed jeans, we call this the zone of leaching. Now this is not like the leech that Snuggy Bear reaches down and with his cigarette burns off his leg when you were on your jungle expedition. This is L-E-A-C-H. So this is the zone of leaching. And the sediment here is very light in color. So the zone of leaching is where we have the chemical reactions taking place. And so what you see there is not what we started with. It has been bleached. Just keep thinking of your denim jeans that got acid wash. Now below this, we have a dark color, reddish brown, and then a little bit of orange. In this area, we call this the zone of accumulation. And what is accumulating? The products of the chemical reactions. So the red-brown looks like rust, doesn't it? And that's what it is. We have some lighter colors below, which are finer grained. Those are clays. So this zone of accumulation, the products of the reaction are transported down into the sequence. And finally, the shovel that I showed you, the shovel full of sand, corresponds to the last zone, which is called the zone of decomposition. In that zone, which is right here, is where our fruits will be realized, because that is the relic beach sand, right here. So we did succeed in finding some remnant, relic, or ancient beach sand, but the sand in the sequence above it has been altered by these chemical transformations. Decomposition. Zone of decomposition.
I mean,
You see how difficult it is to get out of this